want to have a chance just to be able to communicate our story, what's going on within the Chelan-Douglas Child Services Association, and bring awareness where maybe somebody didn't know that they could offer help or support. And so for that, we calculated that it's about $20,000 a week for the 6 classrooms that we'd be closing down to help cover that deficit through the month of December. Because it's 3 weeks right before the holidays, and so that's really what we're having go out to the community, is hopefully a chance to be able to communicate that we're in need, and if there is somebody that could help with that. We are a November 1 grantee, so having funding that rolls over into the brand new fiscal year is November 1 through October 31st. And then we ran into the federal shutdown. And so planning and preparing for that, and what does that look like? We had enough reserve funds to operate in this month of November, and with the anticipation that eventually the federal shutdown would end, and then funding would be reviewed, and then we would be able to look back and cover those expenses. With the shutdown continuing on in through up until the beginning of November, really then we have to create a plan for backup for December, because those reserve funds are no longer going to be available. And so that really puts, the program that we offer for all the children in this Wenatchee Valley area at risk. And that is not what we want to have. We want to have a continuity of a program, the stability for families, and also just make sure that we continue while we're being good stewards of the funds and the grants that we've received. So the status of Head Start, where we're at currently, federal shutdown has ended, congratulations, but we're still in a delayed state of receiving our notice of award that November 1. Those funds are then available. A pivot plan to what we have to decide to do for December is close those Head Start classrooms, which there's 6 of them, and 2 of those classrooms are double sessions, so a huge impact to children in those classrooms and just the families that rely on that care in the month of December. It's a heavy discussion because half of our funding comes from Head Start funding. A lot of the funding does go towards wages and salaries and benefits, because we have highly qualified staff that are in those classrooms with those children. And so what it does cover is it covers the caregivers that are in those classrooms, food for those classrooms, and operation expenses. It does cover some of that. We're giving all of the staff and the families the notice now to let them know that the classrooms will not be available in December. But I'm sure myself and my peers around me, we want to get those classrooms open. So funding coming in and knowing that it's in there or that it's been received is going to be monitored closely. We have really great regional partners. They're the ones that help kind of facilitate the grants. Great partners for us. Unfortunately, it's been silent because of the federal shutdown. So once we receive notice of award that those funds are going to be given and that we're going to be able to claim those November and December expenses, then we'll be able to resume and going forward. Our job is to be planners and make sure that this program continues on regardless of the situation. Going into January would be a kind of extreme. We don't anticipate that from our regional partners that we communicate through, but we're kind of in unprecedented times. Haven't seen a federal shutdown that long before, haven't been in this state before. And so going into January, we really don't anticipate that, but if it does go into that, we'll create contingency plans for January as well. Right now, we're in the contingency plan for December.